defense as Cawood has been successful on the ground, spreading us out a little bit, making Lebanon defend the whole football field and grinding it out up the middle. 5:55 to go in the first period. Lebanon High leads 7-0, but Cawood on the move.
It is second down and a short 5 for them as Saylor has an I formation behind him. Looks over that Lebanon defense. He wants to throw. Quick drop toward the right side, in and out of the hands of his receiver, Ben Lovely, the sophomore. So it'll be 3rd and 4, almost 5 yards, as good defense that time by the Blue Devils.
And good action by the quarterback as he came out on the quick drop, looked left, and threw back to the right. And Lovely not able to catch that football. But you can see this is a football team that tries to use that short passing game almost like a running game.
Brett Johnson split wide to the left side, the leading receiver for the Trojans. 3rd down and 5. Saylor drops, play action fake. He's rolling to his left, some pressure, dumps it off, in and out of the hands, and I don't know, they may call that a live ball. Who's got it? A pile up. And the ball now is down at the 26-yard line, and it belongs to Cawood. And Tommy, that is a very lucky break for Cawood, because their receiver on that play, I believe it was Lee, the tight end, who got his hands on it. He got nailed. Well, let me change that. That may have been Darrell Farmer, who was shaking his head coming off the field, Tommy.
Adam Farley, one of the offensive linemen for Cawood, able to get over on the football as it came loose from Farley. So a lucky break for Cawood, and they get a first down.
And the rain begins to fall again, and rather heavily, with 5:20 remaining in the first quarter. 1st and 10. Saylor again to Curtis, and this time he is hit hard and fast by Trey Reynolds behind the line of scrimmage. Trey will drop him for about a 1-yard loss. Alds came up to help on the tackle, but Tommy, that was all Trey Reynolds.
They tried to run the lead off tackle, and Trey took on the blocker, got rid of the blocker, made the hit on the back in the backfield. Good play by the senior, Trey Reynolds.
And as we told you, and as you can probably tell, the rain starts to fall in sheets now, as it will be 2nd down. They give him right at the line of scrimmage. Not sure he got that far, but he'll call it 2nd and 10. There's 2 wide receivers to the left for Cawood. Saylor looks over the Blue Devil defense. He will give it to Curtis straight up the middle, 2, maybe 3 yards. He gets across the 25 down to the 24, and it will bring up 3rd down and 8 for the Trojans.
So you would think a pass situation for Cawood, but here's a football team that comes in 0-4 on the season. They don't have the depth that maybe this team enjoyed last year when they had 70-something on the football team. Now they've got about 43, 44 football players. This is a team that might take a look at taking 2 cracks at this for the first down.
So Jacob Saylor brings his team to the line, 3rd and 8. Looks over the Blue Devils. Long count, play action fake. He'll roll to his right, has some pressure. Griffin chases him, makes him unload, and Tommy Lahue gave Danny Farmer down on that right side the ball well overthrown, but he gave him a little bit of a shot.
Kind of a reminder that you come back in this neighborhood again and I'll be waiting for you. Good pressure by Joel Griffin coming on the blitz as Saylor had to get rid of the football just a little bit sooner than he planned.
So it will be 4th and 8. Cawood, Tommy, looking as if they're going to go for it. There's a little bit of a long field goal possibly for high school standards. 34, 41 yards, as they will try it on 4th and 8. And now the Blue Devil fans come alive as they have an I formation, wide receivers left and right. Saylor straight. He's going to fake it to Curtis, reverse, and he's not going anywhere. He is taken down way behind the line. Ian Crockett, Tommy, was not fooled.
Good job by the senior Ian Crockett, Sam, as he stayed at home and played his position. They tried to come on the reverse to Brett Johnson. Negative yardage on the play, and now Lebanon takes back over. 1st and 10 with 3:45 to go in the first quarter.
And they'll have the ball at their own 31-yard line as Reeder will come out for the 2nd offensive series of the game. The first one successful. Took him all of 4 plays to score a touchdown. Sellers is your tailback, Grissom the fullback. Toss sweep to Sellers off the left side. He's got a block, runs over a man, then comes jumping over him, Tommy, and gets out to about the 41-yard line.
You talk about reckless abandon. Sellers apparently just has no... he doesn't care. You know, he just jumps into the pile, over the pile, through the pile. You would never know that kid had a knee problem at the end of spring football practice. He has come back in great shape.
Well, you've almost got to feel sorry for Scott Howard, the sophomore from Cawood, who got hit on that play. He got shoved down by Sellers and then jumped on. 2nd down and 1. Sellers picks up 9. Reeder turns. Play action to him. Wants to go long. Has the tight end Carson. He's gone in and out of his hands. And Tommy, I thought he had it and was gone, and so did he.
Oh, man. That hit him in a bad spot. That hit him right between the 8 and the 4, Sam. Wide open behind the defense on the play fake, and the big junior tight end had nobody out there with him, got behind the defense, and you can't throw it any better than Jason Reeder did right then. I tell you what, I like the play selection, 2nd and short and going up top. You feel like we've got the ability to get the first down. Hey, take a shot at the home run.
So 3rd and a yard to go for the Blue Devils. Grissom, the fullback. Sellers, the tailback. And it will be the toss sweep this time to the right side. Sellers, big hole, 45-50, 45 flag down. He dives down to the 37-yard line. But, Tommy, that may come back, but it looks as if it's far enough for the Blue Devils to have a first down.
Got a hole, and I'd like to find out who that hold was called on, if John can get close enough to the officials to hear, because looked like our wide receiver did a pretty good job on that stalk block downfield. John, any idea on that?
The officials hadn't made their way over here yet to let the coaches know, Tommy. As soon as we hear about it, we'll let you know up top.
So it will be a repeat of 3rd down, and now, Tommy, instead of being 3rd and 1, it's 3rd and 5.
Wow.
As that backs them up, and a hold downfield erases a very good run by Jade Sellers, Terry.
He'd run all the way down to Cawood's 37. That would have been a 26-yard run by Sellers, but it's nullified because of the holding, leaving it back at their own 38.
And Chris Stafford is now the tailback on the 3rd and 5. Reeder will turn, gives it to him, about a yard gain, not much more than that, as Adam Farley takes down Stafford. So it will be 4th down and 4, as Tressler will come into the game to punt it away, Tommy.
Atwood will stay in at center to make the long snap to Tressler. Tressler has kicked well the last couple of weeks, going deep in punt return formation. For the Trojans of Cawood is Brett Johnson.
So 4th down and 4 for the Blue Devils. Johnson drifts back to about his own 30 inside it as he awaits Tressler's punt. Atwood ready, good snap. Tressler gets it off, a little bit of pressure, good kick as it'll bounce at the 35, and picked up and going backwards is Johnson. He is taken down quickly by Shane Woodall. Griffin down there with him as well, and Terry, he actually lost some yardage on that.
29 yards on the punt by Tressler and a -2 on the return as he runs backwards to the 31. Johnson runs backwards to the 31. That's where Cawood will take over on their own 30, it looks like.
And a penalty called on that as well will move Cawood back even more. Clip on the run back, so that'll take them back.
That was kind of an odd play because the flag came out right almost on top of the pile where the Johnson, the punt returner, was, and I didn't see another white jersey around there. Anybody who could have clipped. He couldn't clip himself. So,
well, after the penalty, it will be 1st down for Cawood, now at their own 15-yard line, so that backs them up all the way inside. They had a good position at the 30. Now at 1st down, Saylor with an I formation behind him. Tight defense by the Blue Devils. As a little bit of mix-up in the backfield, Saylor running to his right will be drugged down in the backfield by the Blue Devils. I want to say that was Trey Reynolds, and I think it was a mix-up in the backfield between Saylor and his fullback, Howard, who was in there at a fullback. And, Tommy, that wasn't going anywhere from the beginning.
Some kind of miscommunication in that Trojan backfield, Sam. The quarterback and the fullback did not mesh, and Trey Reynolds right there on the spot to drag Saylor to the ground for negative yardage.
So it will be 2nd down and right at 14. The ball just outside the 11-yard line for the Trojans. 2 wide receivers to the left. Now the Blue Devils move that way, give to the tailback Curtis, who looked like he had a hole there for a minute, but Tommy Ian Crockett closed it pretty fast.
Good quickness by Crockett, who's able to move around a lot better than most tackles. As the clock runs down at the end of the first quarter, that's going to be the last play of our first period. Lebanon leads Cawood by a score of 7-0, and we'll be back after this timeout. It's homecoming 1994 as the Blue Devils of Lebanon High School are hosting Cawood High School of Harlan, Kentucky in a 1-year contract, and Cawood putting up a pretty good fight tonight. 7-0. Lebanon leads Cawood after 12 minutes of football. Cawood drove the football pretty well on their last possession. Had a reverse play that did not work on 4th down, and Lebanon in the middle of a drive.
So it will be for Cawood, 3rd down and 12. The ball rests just inside the 14-yard line. They need to go almost to the 25, so 12 yards for them as the second quarter gets underway. Middleton and Johnson will go wide left. Jeremy Lee, the tight end, on the right side, an I formation behind Saylor. He will roll to his left, has pressure. Griffin's got him. He will go down at the 10-yard line. And, Tommy, that's the second time Griffin has blitzed him and got a hold of him.
Griffin is just so quick, Sam. They run him on those inside stunts, and he just beats those guards through there. There's not a big guy probably who's capable of getting over quick enough to get him stopped. Saylor goes back into punt formation for Cawood.
And it will be Denny Curtis punting toward Tressler. The ball gets a good roll.